If you've ever wondered what lurks in the caves of Kaga Onsens, those ancient voids carved by monks over 1,300 years ago, do go looking, because the ones beneath the ryokans don't hold cold air or darkness. They hold something alive, something furious, something that remembers every intruder who dares disturb its shrine. 15 years ago, as a wide-eyed kid, I'd soaked in the steaming waters of my family's old ryokan, nestled into the snowy hillsides near Kaga Onsen's sacred rivers. This cluster of hot spring towns, Yamashiro, Yamanaka, Owazu, Katayama Zubazes, with healing vapors discovered by monk Gyoki in the 8th century, praised for easing pains and mending flesh. But when the inn reopened for winter, I returned as an adult, curiosity gnawing like a fresh wound. Dad's tales echoed during construction. Workers unearthed 9th century shrine ruins, crumbling pillars etched with forbidden carvings, relics whispering of Tate temples, cave-born spirits nearby. The place felt nostalgic at first, peaceful. Empty halls sighed with wind, snow blanketing the world outside like a shroud. No guests, no staff, just me and the mountain's hidden pulse. That itch to explore hit hard the next morning. Bundled against the biting cold, I plunged into the forest trails beyond the ryokan, snow devouring my boots up to the knees. No phone signal pierced the white void. No paths marked the way. An hour in, disoriented and gasping, a colossal hill loomed jagged, veiled in mist like a sleeping giant. I clawed upward, lungs burning, until the summit revealed it, a concealed path, ancient and fractured, snaking to a yawning cavity in the rock, a cave mouth framed by icicles like fangs, exhaling faint steam that smelled wrong, musky, primal, like a beast's den, untouched for centuries. Heart slamming, I flicked on my flashlight and crossed the threshold. No icy blast, just humid warmth, thick with the reek of wet fur and decaying earth. The beam caught a stone alcove first, a rectangular block, altar-like, scarred with faded kanji that twisted my gut symbols of yokai bindings, forgotten Heianira wards against mountain demons. Deeper in, a vast chamber split into 2 tunnels, black veins pulsing with echo. Against the far wall, another block, hollowed out like a sarcophagus. Inside, brittle human bones, yellowed and piled like kindling. A long rusted blade, naginata style, its edge notched from ancient battles, and coin square-holed ban from the Nara period, glinting with imperial curses. My fingers brushed one instinctively, cold metal searing like ice from the underworld. That's when the tunnel crashed alive. Not rocks tumbling, not wind howling, heavy limbs scraping stone deliberate, massive. The stench exploded, rotting meat fused with volcanic heat, sulfur choking the air. Then the thump began. Boom, boom, boom. A heartbeat, a war drum, rhythmic, swelling, vibrating the walls as dust sifted from the ceiling. My beam whipped left, shadows writhed, coalescing into bulk too vast for the passage. Something slithered closer, low growls rumbling like the mountain's rage awakening. Legends flooded my mind. Tate medication caves, ascetic voids where monks communed with Hakuzan spirits, birthing entities that guarded sacred sites with claw and fang. This wasn't a monk's ghost. This was the guardian, flesh-twisted, shrine-bound, furious at my theft. Blade in hand, I snatched it, freezing beyond death. humming with malice, as if the souls it slew clung to the steel. Backing out, the thumps accelerated, walls shuddering. A guttural roar erupted, wet, inhuman, shaking loose boulders that crashed inches from my heels. Claws, talons, something scraped the entrance as I bolted. The thing's heat-blasted breath scorching my neck. Branches shredded my coat, tumbling down the hill. Snow blinded me. No glance back instinct screamed it pursued, shaking the earth, drawn by the coin's curse like blood in water. Lungs aflame, I burst onto a road, waving frantically at headlights. A local fisherman slammed brakes, eyes bulging at my snow-crusted terror. Oni no Anna. He spat demons Denby for speeding me to the Ryokorn. I packed in seconds, fleeing to Kanazawa's lights. Sleep, impossible. Every creak was claws on wood. 2 months later, Dad's text shattered the fragile calm break-in at the inn. No theft, no mess, just my old room's door smashed inward with brutal force. Metal gouges matching the Naginata's edge, wood splintered like bones. Nothing else touched. It had tracked me. Sensed the coin I'd pocketed now, burning a hole in my drawer, whispering in dreams. I hurled it into the sea, but the dreams persist. Red eyes in cave gloom, thumps sinking my pulse. The guardians roar, vowing return. Kaga's Onsen vapors hide more than healing. They veil Nadideras, cave-born horrors, shrine beasts sworn to rend desperators, guides warn of Hakusen's yokai, but none speak the truth, disturb the ruins and the mountain walks. I'm writing this from Tokyo, doors bolted, never returning. But sometimes, in hotel silence, I hear it thump, thump, closer. The coin's curse doesn't end with disposal. The guardian smells my fear across prefectures. It's coming, and when it finds me, no ryokan walls will hold. If I had known that summer would end with Johnny gone, vanished without a trace, and a man who smiled like he'd been waiting just for us, I never would have set foot on that old baseball field again. The field behind the abandoned grade school was our secret world. Hidden deep in the woods, it was forgotten by everyone else. Rusted bleachers sagged into the earth. A single road dead-ended before the trees swallowed it whole. And there was that old lamp, flickering with a burnt orange glow, like it was alive, casting shadows that seemed to breathe and move in the corners of your eyes. We loved that place because no one else did. Our homes were loud, messy, broken pieces. Tim's mom would call the cops on him for things no one else noticed, but out there, the noise and chaos couldn't reach us. The field was our silence, our escape. But I'd always felt we weren't alone there. From the moment we found the place, something unseen was watching us, lurking just beyond the tree line every time the lamp lit us up like ghosts. My heart would race whenever I stared into that darkness, the places the orange light couldn't touch. I'd see shadows shift, hear leaves crack like footsteps. Something was always waiting, watching, listening. I forced myself to shake it off every night, pretended it was just nerves, that it was all in my head, until the night Johnny disappeared. We'd planned a late summer hangout. He'd said he'd meet me at the field at dusk, but I got there early. 10 minutes ticked by, then 30. The orange light flickered, casting the woods in a strange haze, as if the trees themselves were closing in. That feeling, deep in my gut, something terrible was wrong, pushed me to leave. I tried calling him, no answer. I waited by the road, but there was nothing. No sign of Johnny, no sounds except the wind through the branches. I went home angry, sure he'd just ditched me. But by morning, the annoyance turned to cold dread. Johnny's mom was frantic. He never made it home. None of our friends had seen him. Days passed. Flyers went up. Search parties scoured the woods. The police came. Helicopters circled overhead, but Johnny was gone. Like smoke pulled back into the shadowed earth. And then the field changed. The place that had been our refuge grew dark, sinister. A month later, grief clawing at me, I went back alone. Standing at the edge of the tree line, I saw them. 4 figures. 3 sat perfectly still on the rusted bleachers, mannequins frozen in time. The 4th moved like a nightmare, spinning, skipping, dancing with a distorted grace. His smile was too wide, too perfect. His eyes weren't on me, but fixed somewhere over my shoulder, as if he was watching another world. I recognized him, but it took my brain a moment to place him, or why. Cold sweat covered my body. I backed away slowly, barely daring to breathe. They didn't move to chase me, or maybe they did, but I couldn't feel it. In the parking lot, my heart stopped. Johnny's car sat in the shadows, headlights off. Suddenly, the lights snapped on, blinding me with sudden fury. I scrambled back, nearly crashing into a tree. I told my friends. They called it grief, toying with my mind, but it wasn't. Weeks later, rifling through the school yearbook looking for answers, I froze cold. There he was, that dancer, hidden in the background of a sports photo. A janitor no one ever talked about, with the same twisted smile, the same dead eyes. I showed the cops, but they found no record, no address, no name that matched. It was like he never existed, but he did. I saw him, and then he appeared again, not in the woods, not from the shadows. He stood in broad daylight, just 20 feet away, smiling. I was in a Dunkin' Donuts early one morning when I spotted him. The way he rushed out, jumped into a car that peeled away like a shot. Then I saw the license plate. It was Johnny's license plate. 4-pack 207, stamped on that car like a cruel joke. Johnny hadn't run away. They took him. The dancer, that smile, the orange lamplight, they were all a warning. And the worst, they never stopped watching. Every time I pass a patch of woods, every time a streetlight bathes the world in orange, I feel it, eyes on me, waiting, because they never took Johnny by chance. They were hunting, and I'm next. If you ever catch headlights piercing Tate's Hell Swamp at 2 a.m., don't flash back, don't wave, don't even breathe. Run, because whatever's driving that truck isn't human, and it's got friends in the shadows, hungry for fresh blood. We were 4 exhausted interns from Kennedy Space Center, brains fried from rocket launches and endless data streams. All we craved was a night under unpolluted stars, no crowds, no sirens, just pure, suffocating silence. So we piled into our cars and drove 7 grueling hours to a rickety Airbnb hugging the edge of Florida's most infamous nightmare, Tate's Hell State Forest. That name wasn't just hype. Legends say it came from Seb Tate, a desperate farmer in 1875 who chased a killer panther into the swamp with his dogs and shotgun. Lost for 7 hellish days, snake-bitten and guzzling poisoned water, he staggered out near Carabel, rasping his final words, "My name is Seb Tate, and I just came from hell." Some tales twisted darker. Native medicine man's curse after Tate's family broke a pact, dooming them to eternal torment in the cypress-choked depths. We laughed it off around our cooler of beers. Bedtime stories for tourists, right? Wrong, dead wrong. The drive-in was a descent into madness. Dirt trails snaked through blackwater sloughs, cypress knees clawing at the undercarriage like skeletal fingers. No cell service, walkie-talkies crackled as our only tether to sanity. The air thickened, heavy with rot, and something metallic like blood mixed with decay. By 2 a.m., we burst into a clearing. The sky exploded above us. Milky Way rivers swirling like cosmic wounds, stars so sharp they cut your soul. We sprawled on the hoods, beers in hand, nerves melting away. For a moment, Tate's hell felt ... magical. Then Sam's voice hissed through the static. Guys ... headlights coming slow. A sickly yellow glow crept along our entry trail, slicing the pitch black. No locals this deep, no rangers. 40 miles from the nearest gas station, middle of nowhere. My pulse hammered. Probably lost campers, I muttered, but my voice shook. Jake grabbed the Tesla fob. Signal M3 flashes universal hello. Idiot move. The beams stabbed. Outflash, flash, flash. The truck froze, dead still, like a predator spotting prey. Then doors creaked open. Silhouettes unfolded 3, no 4 hulking shapes stepping into the faint glow. They didn't move like men, jerky, unnatural, heads tilting at impossible angles. Whispers slithered from the trees, not words gurgles, wet bubbling chants, like throats filled with swamp muck, reciting ancient curses. She single quotes, Kath, ... Ulagrath. The air turned ice cold, breath fogging despite the humidity. Pack up now, Jake roared. We scrambled, tents ripped down, coolers tumbling. Tires spun mud as we plunged deeper into the forest. Dumb, hell yes. But standing still felt like offering ourselves on a platter. 5 minutes in, new clearing, hearts pounding. We killed the engines. Silence crushed us. Marcus's walkie exploded. They're here. Headlights, right on us. Twin beams erupted from the gloom. Closer, brighter, swallowing trees whole. No engine hum at first, just light, pure, blinding malice. Then the roar hit, deep, guttural, like a chainsaw gargling gravel. The truck lunged. I floored the Tesla, branches exploding under tires. Rear view, those lights danced wildly, gaining, not chasing, hunting. Revving taunts echoed, laughing at our panic. They're on us, Marcus screamed. His Mustang fishtailed behind, truck bumper kissing their tailpipe. Its inches away, glowing eyes in the cab. Jake barked directions. Fork left pavement ahead. The forest fought back. Trails twisted like living veins, roots snagging wheels. Whispers flanked us, now racing parallel through the brush. Join USS's Tate's children, ... double quotes. Cold hands brushed my window, or was it wind? Shapes flickered in the periphery, elongated limbs, faces stretched in eternal screams, eyes like Seb Tate's final delirium. The truck vanished at a bend. Hope surged. Crushed seconds later, it reappeared, flanking, impossibly, anticipating our turns, like it owned the swamp's veins. How? Sam shrieked. It's everywhere. We slammed into pavement. A faded sign, Carabel, 10 miles, streetlights buzzed to life. The truck halted at the treeline lights, pulsing like a heartbeat, then snuffed out. Whispers faded to dripping water. We skidded to the shoulder, vomiting, adrenaline, shaking, gasping, alive. Back at the Airbnb, doors barricaded, we chain-smoked and pieced it together. Poachers. That truck moved wrong. predicted us like ghosts replaying Seeb's cursed path. One version swears Tate's dogs turned on him, their howls summoning swamp spirits. Ours felt summoned too. Dawn broke. We bailed, never spoke of it, at Kennedy. Careers, launches, normalcy swallowed the nightmare. But alone on dark roads, headlights flare in my mirrors. Whispers tickle my ear on humid nights. Tate's hell doesn't forget. Seeb's curse lingers in the water, the trees, the blood, those things in the truck. Seeb's kin, snake swollen, revenants, pantherite hunters, medicine man, spawn. They weren't scaring us, they were hurting us. And next time, the whispers call my name.
Don't forget to subscribe because there are more stories like this, waiting to be told.